Hello? Look who's returned. The bad boy of THP11.
It's me. I came back because I heard there's a little movie coming out that with my namesake. Bad Boys. We're Bad Boys for life.
We have people here that work at THP11 that were not born before Bad Boys 1. I just thought
After
of a
Bad
great prequel. Baby Bad Boys.
Bad babies?
Bad babies. If you can't tell by the title, the thumbnail, us talking about it, we saw Bad Boys for Life.
Oh, did we ever?
Not the fourth movie, the third movie.
If I could, the worst thing about this movie is that they blew the title in the third one. It's like, it's like they were unsure if it was going to be good. And they're like, oh, we gotta call this one. We really want to call this one Bad Boys. We want to call the fourth one Bad Boys for Life. What if we don't get a fourth one?
Yeah. Well, you gotta go all out. They did go all out.
Yeah.
They
as far as like 50-year-olds, like could go all out.
Yeah.
You know.
So the Bad Boys are back. Marcus and Mike.
Yep.
They're back. There's this woman who escapes from jail.
Yep.
And it turns out her son is out for revenge. Well, they're both out for revenge.
Yeah.
And they want to murder all the cops that were connected to
our judges, like any law enforcement kind of.
They want to avenge their the father, basically, of
who was locked up by these people
and died in jail.
Yeah.
And so the whole movie is that. Will Smith's character, Mike, gets shot up.
Yeah, shocking. I was like, there's like a few shocking moments in this movie, like that. I was like,
Mike gets shot.
Yep.
Nearly dies.
Yep.
Turns on the other side, turns out to become a superhero.
Yep. Michael Bay shows up for a cameo.
Shocking. The most shocking part.
Yeah. I was like, oh dang. DJ Khaled's in this movie.
Honestly, worst part of the movie.
But also not the worst it could have been.
No.
You know,
no.
like shocking. I was like, it was the worst part. I'm like, gosh, this could have been way worse. I think the biggest twist, and probably the biggest flaw of the movie for me, is that are we gonna give it away? Do you want? What are we doing?
You could.
I don't want. You know what? I'm not gonna give it away.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Exactly. This movie, it's a fun time.
Bad Boys is always going to be fun.
Yeah. Whether it's a bad movie or whether it's a great movie.
Yeah. So the first one is very like a '90s type action movie where it's kind of low stakes.
It looks like a '90s action movie.
Yeah.
It's very yellow.
Bad Boys 2 came out after the second Matrix, so it was like.
And after Fight Club.
So it was like, we got to go all out. And Michael Bay was like, he was on drugs at that point.
He had to be. Like, everything's overexposed.
Great car chase.
Yes, it does.
It has rats having sex.
It's
bizarre. I love it.
It is weird.
So then we dial back, come back to Bad Boys for Life, but it's not dialed back in terms of the violence. The violence is just like insane.
It may be even like more violent, honestly.
I think it is.
That's what's so great about Bad Boys is that it can somehow ride this line of it's funny, but it's also like, oh snap, like this is high stakes, like drug stuff.
Yeah.
Which this one's not about drugs.
We should talk about Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Yes.
And they are obviously the best part of the movie.
They do a really good job about taking these two dudes who are middle-aged, one of them who, is just a normal person kind of now, and just making them seem that way. And even like their ideas have changed too, which is neat. Like I was really worried, I was worried about Martin Lawrence. If does he still got it? He does. But I was most worried about Will Smith. Is this going to be Will Smith trying to Will Smith about? Bad Boys was a huge Will Smith, but also like pretty grounded still Will Smith.
Yeah. And it's also the opposite of how Will Smith characters play. Mike Lowry is principal to a point.
Mike Lowry.
We find out that he's got a shady past kind of.
Yeah. It is clearly, it's a Will Smith. It's like his movie, and Martin Lawrence is kind of there as well. There are moments in this where I'm like, Will Smith is like, it's a good story for him. And it's weird because it's about like, dude, your time is coming up and you can't be this huge person. You're not going to be they call him like the bulletproof cop, and he's like, you're not going to be bulletproof forever. And now I was like, is this saying something about Will Smith movies?
Will Smith in an interview on The Breakfast Club talked about that. He's like, I have to, people perceive me a certain way, and I'm a character.
Yeah.
I'm Will Smith to people.
Yeah.
But that's not who I really am. So his YouTube channel, and like he's trying to break out of that mold, and it's hard because it's Will Smith. It's hard to separate Will Smith the character from Will Smith the person because they're so close.
Yeah, and weirdly, like I feel like this almost like brings them a little bit together. I don't. It's like it's really. I like what they do with the characters, especially in a world where like we just live in like we just have so many long-time sequels or reboots or just someone who's like, I'm gonna bring up this old character, but we're gonna get the original back. Like it's nice to see them just like, you know what, like we don't have to go ham on this stuff. Like it's still like there were times that Will Smith does things and it backfires on him and it's fun to watch. Yeah, I also appreciate this movie doesn't give me a headache to watch. Bad Boys 2, I don't know what it's like chugging a Coke with like pixie sticks in it. You're like, I just appreciate that this movie, like I can watch it and not feel like I need to wear sunglasses while watching it.
It was all the good parts of a Michael Bay movie.
Yes.
And throughout all the bad parts.
So let's talk about there's a younger team in this. Not a younger like duo. There's not like a younger, Mike and Marcus, which is nice to see that they didn't just like play that up. Yeah. But it's like a younger kind of high-tech team. They're not as violent. They rely on other skills.
They do like play with that stereotype of the jock looking guy and make him the nerd. And then they got the Mike Lowry wannabe guy.
Yeah. And there's a ton of old dude jokes and grandpa jokes.
Which is fine. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting up there in age, so I'm starting to appreciate being called old.
The next time they make a Bad Boys movie, though, we're going to be like...
I'm going to be Will Smith's age that he is now.
Yeah.
They're setting up, like, a potential sequel if Will Smith and Martin Lawrence want to do it.
Yeah.
Even if Martin Lawrence doesn't want to do it, they set it up to where they can continue without him. I wanted this to be the last movie.
It's Bad Boys for Life. Like, what do you call the next one?
Bad Boys for Life, too. Still. Bad Boys for Life.
Still living.
Still life.
Still living, still bad. I think the weakest part for me... just the soundtrack, dude. It's filled with some Black Eyed Peas.
Well, I heard some Pitbull.
There's Pitbull in there.
But he's from Miami, so it makes sense.
That makes sense, but like DJ Khaled's in there, and he's in the movie. That's not the Bad Boys we want, all right? When you say Bad Boys to me,
you want Diddy.
I don't think Jaden Smith.
Are you secretly a Black Eyed Peas fan?
Maybe. No.
Where's the love,
Where's the love? It just keeps running and running. On a scale of Mike Lowry to Mike Lowry.
It's like a Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
It's like a 7 out of 10.
I'll go like a Mike Lowry. Like it's more emphasis on the front part than the end. It's,
gotcha. Yeah.
That's like a 6.5.
Okay.
Maybe 7. I mean, it's no Bad Boys
for Life.
I mean, it is Bad Boys for Life, but it's not like Bad Boys. Like Bad Boys.
That's the end of the video.